Canid's Cradle. A UDL gunship has crashed on Monarch, and both MSI and the Iconoclasts desperately want it. Technically, we're done with Monarch. If you want to leave Monarch, you can, but we gotta decide the fate of Monarch to make things easier on us in the future. Retrieve the gunship's targeting module. Reach the ship and take the targeting module from its central terminal. See where the ship lands. They could still stick the landing. 0 out of 10 from the Monarch Judge. We gotta make a choice. Do we want to give it to the Iconoclasts? Do we want to give it to MSI?
Only good Marauder is a dead or dying one.
Okay. It dropped all the way on the other side near the sulfur pits. Okay, we're not part of this. They want to fight each other. We're going to let them fight each other.
Yeah, that's how we fucking do it.
It's a not my problem kind of situation. There's a queen over here. I wonder if she's hiding anything other than corpses. Oh, it's a mega queen.
To shreds, you say? Down they go!
Yep. Did it. Bunch of MSI guys, but other than that, I don't think there's anything unique over here. Oh. Got a shot cannon. They just put a mega guarding, you know, RNG loot. That's fine. Let's go! Oh, there's a bunch of iconoclasts out here. More MSIs out here. I pressed her button to do that, and then while the animation was supposed to be going on, I was reaching for my water, and the animation didn't go off, so I had to quickly grab the controller back.
That's the last of them.
My bad. I think the bodies only come in threes. Okay, there's the ship. Targeting module.
I see it now.
Another queen right here, though.
Covering you. It's not
It's fine. I'll get her back up. So I can do this again. Knock it back down. Weakness is its belly, which I can't hit. There we go. Just get a bunch of vending machines out in the wilderness. It's mainly all this ammo out here. Some bits. A pro toss ball blocker. A bunch of weapons that aren't unique.
Dang, that's impressive.
But I believe there is a unique weapon out here somewhere. Is that another queen? So what, our third queen?
Here I go!
I am a soul.
That's gotta hurt. Nice one! Dropping him all work.
Everyone all right?
Oh, these are marauders, not iconoclasts. Still gotta make our way. Omega.
Piece
Get
of
ready.
cake, Captain.
And a Colossus. And then here's another Colossus. And then there's another Colossus. Yes, I see you. All right, your turn. Get up.
Here we go.
Oh, you're a mega. Oh, oh.
I'll fix you right up! It burns!
Dread, you said?
Oh, I thought I killed it and it went flying.
Everything on this moon gotta be so big. Angry.
Oh,
Down they go. Everyone all right?
yeah. That unique? No. No. Okay, here's the ship. What?
I see you now!
We're already here. Did I already loot this area? I guess. There's nothing here. Thing alive it is. It just doesn't care.
That's the last of them.
To shreds, you say?
Here goes nothing.
I am a storm.
Sure.
Nice one.
Hmm. Could have swore there was a unique thing out here. Maybe I'm just in the wrong spot. Oh well. I think these are the only Raptidons left, so we're gonna kill them.
I'm ready for this.
Here I go.
To shreds, you say? Go. We went all right.
Yeah, because it's just a normal heavy machine gun. I thought that was a Mega. It was just a Colossus. Yeah, I thought there was something out here. I guess I'm mistaking it for a different location. So let's continue on with the quest.
You go on ahead, Captain. I'm not keen on ships, even when they're in the best of shape.
Yep. We'll be keeping watch here.
Okay, so they're not going to come in here. They're going to stay outside. UDL RQL Mark IV gunship. His ship ID is the cantankerous Canid. Error. Captain Matsu's captain's key is active, but his life signs are no longer detected on the bridge. Logging flight hours while not present for duty is a violation of UDL policy. I can take the key. Locate targeting module. Targeting modules are located in primary routing. Access requires Captain Matsu's command key. Warning, the integration module is responsible for controlling access to this ship's primary functions. Removing it will void your manufacturer's warranty, and despite removing it, the ship remains UDL property. Unauthorized access by parties not covered by UDL's policy is a felony. Okay, run diagnostic. Main terminal online. Bridge controls offline. Engines technically functional. Hull integrity don't ask. This Mark IV gunship's operational parameters have exceeded acceptable damage ranges. The cost of any repairs necessary at your nearest UDL repair facility will be averaged amongst the crew. Let's view some logs. Okay, starting with November 12th, 2354. CE's saying, I don't know who CE is. CE's saying something about spare regulator bypass something something. Chikutsu, I'm turning this thing toward the groundbreaker, firing up the engines and retiring. Better to be arrested than lose power and drift out into space. I just hope this old bird can handle one last trip. December 21st. How is this law-forsaken colony? How in this law-forsaken colony is it so impossible to requisition parts? My chief engineer, oh, is that CE? Chief engineer, is barking at me to order yet another damn thing, and I can't even get a response from corporate. January 3rd. But this is the next year. Another day, another ship lands on Terra 1, and we can't shoot him down. That makes I've lost count. What's the point of being out here if we can't get some backup? We can start the Mayday message playback.
Hello, my name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are, thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame you can't see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
Well, your boss was trying to get parts. He was just told no. Let's grab the key. Oh, there's a body in there. So, I mean, there's no flashlight, so it's just kind of run with it, right? All right, we have the module. Now we have to decide who to give it to. If you've been following along, I've already made my choice, and it's the best choice for Monarch. Going to go give it to Sanjar. Wait, why can't I? Oh, I'm over encumbered? And I didn't get the perk that lets me move while over encumbered? Let's drop a save.
If the iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful monarch. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet? I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the iconoclasts.
Why do you need the targeting module?
Well, because the module controls the weapons systems.
Okay. Well, what's so bad with the iconoclasts reaching the ship?
Can you imagine what those maniacs would do with weapons like that? They'd wreak havoc.
And roll back all the progress we've made at reconciling with the rest of Halcyon.
That's a good point.
Even if they merely sat on the scraps, the threat of a bunch of anarchists holding a gunship would bring the full wrath of the board down on Monarch. We can't afford that.
I'm skeptical they'd care enough to wipe us out, but if they did, we wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh, you see our quandary then.
All right, well, why do you need the gunship?
Because once we mount them on Stellar Bay's walls, no Marauder or Raptidon will ever be a threat to us again. Stellar Bay will be as secure as any other settlement in Halcyon.
Oh, that's a worthy goal.
The point is, this weapon system would be a powerful advantage, and we can't risk the iconoclast getting it.
Okay, well, I don't think the UDL is going to let you keep it.
The board's own Salvage and Recovery Clause 32B would say differently.
And they won't dare challenge us over this. Not after the data you found on their experiments here.
Okay, well, don't expect me to lunge the cannons around.
Don't worry. We'll send an engineering team for those later. We'll have to disconnect them from the rest of the ship.
Of course, they'll be useless without that targeting module, which is why it's critical that you retrieve it.
Those weapons sound pretty powerful.
Which is also why we can't let the iconoclast get them.
All right, enough about the gunship.
Good, because we haven't a moment to lose.
We need to talk real talk here. Can you two reach an agreement, or can you reach a truce with the iconoclasts?
They're all mad. And what's more, they left us. I don't see any way for us to work together.
I've read your reviews, Sanjar. You can't do this alone.
Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir?
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish.
You're good with details, but you could use someone who sees the big picture.
You too?
He has a point, sir. And it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts.
What about Graham's second-in-command, Zora?
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first.
Are you serious?
One can't be haphazard about these things. Besides, if you think her skills will complement mine, then we should see what those skills are.
Fine.
Excellent. Her review would be in the Rizzo offices in Cascadia. Bring it to me, and I'll see if she's qualified.
Well, according to the ship's logs, there was some kind of malfunction to the ship.
That's surprising. The board's equipment is usually in top shape. After all, they have first access to any fresh parts or components.
Perhaps there's something deeper going on.
A conspiracy? You've spent too much time around Graham.
All right. Well, let's run to Amber Heights and then we'll go get that review for Zora. Oh, she's waiting downstairs.
Captain, we should chat. Graham's got the right idea, but he isn't the right guy to execute it. I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism anymore. I think he's just guilt-ridden. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I keep going over and over it in my head, and the only way I see the Iconoclast surviving is we depose him.
And you'd run in his stead?
Yeah. Hell, most of our people listen to me already.
And what's next? What will you do if you're in charge?
Take Stellar Bay. Lick our wounds. Eventually, figure out how the hell we're going to spread the word to the rest of the colony.
Well, the Iconoclast may take your orders, but most of them believe in him and his teachings.
Sometimes, you gotta do what's best for someone, even if they think you're wrong. Even if it's painful. When we're in Stellar Bay, they'll come around.
Fair enough.
I'm going to confront him. Can I count on your support?
Let's go talk to him.
Okay. Deep breaths. This is what's best, Zora. Time to save Monarch. Save Monarch. Save the colony. Save Monarch. Save the colony.
Captain, you must be back with the access codes to our new ship.
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our spats.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Zora's taken over.
What? Zora?
You're running the Iconoclast into the ground, and I don't believe it'll get better after we take Stellar Bay. The troops take orders from me already, and you've brought me as far as you can down the eternal path. It's time to step down.
The troops? Listen to you. This isn't an army. They aren't soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you tell them to, not because they want to. And you, Captain, after all you've done for me, for us, you throw behind this mutinous blasphemer?
I mean, I do. She's got the best interests of the Iconoclasts at heart. All you wanted to do was fix a freaking newspaper printer when they needed health or food and medical supplies.
I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom to Monarch, and all these years later, we're still free.
I joined because I believed that you were in it for the Iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No.
I mean, he does feel guilty, so it's not enlightenment. You just feel guilty.
Guilty? I didn't mean for them to die. I'm not a monster. Of course I feel fucking guilty. I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the Iconoclast so that any man could cast away his past for a fresh start.
That's your answer, Graham? You needed a fresh start? After all those innocent lives? I'm sorry. I believed in you once. I did. But it's over. Stand down.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
It's not necessary.
Please. Don't make me do this, Graham.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Incoming!
Oh.
Look at us!
Asshole.
He has nothing unique on him. Yep, I never read that terminal. Not reading it now because I think it is full of a long-winded babble. Zora?
Well, Captain, here we are. Killed a lot of people in the name of the Iconoclasts, and it never feels right. But this time, it's especially wrong. You've got the... Void held me. I'll never remember what that thing is called. The device from the ship. Do you have it?
Hold on. I'm thinking you and Sanjar could join forces.
I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. Pulling Carlotta's support was crossing a line.
Well, inspiration. What was it you said? Sometimes the best option is the most painful one.
That's not exactly it, but you've got a point. We've lost a hell of a lot to this fight. Graham would never agree to this, but I'm starting to realize how often he led us astray. All right, if he's willing to talk, I'll give him a chance.
All right, I'll see what I can do. And yeah, throughout the whole thing, they're painting her out to be a bad person, but she's the better choice. So she's the one you want to side with over Graham. It's like the opposite of what they did with Adelaide, right? Reed is the better choice, but you can't choose Reed for the betterment of the settlement. Adelaide, yeah, she can garden, but she's kind of a terrible person. Willing to let someone die out in the wilderness just says she I get it, her son died, she can't let things go. Reed made a bad call. What Reed was doing what was best for the settlement. She was just selfish. Whereas here, where's the door at? It's Graham that's the selfish one, and we can actually get rid of him instead of keeping him around. So I came here during the quest for Sublight. There it is. I knew there was something. The Sugar Ops helmet. Sugar Ops helmet. It's unique. Did I not open this when I came through? Guess I didn't. View the data. Zora's review. Zora is a top-notch sawbones with a good head up for working under pressure. She knows how to assimilate large amounts of detailed information to make quick decisions. Her competence and decisiveness have allowed her to restore more than a few limbs and digits lost to carelessness around the machinery. Recommend her for Employee of the Month. Let's take it. Is the armor not here? It's not important. Let's go ahead and head back to Sanjar. Okay. Yes, I'm technically inside of a building, but I can fast travel from inside there. Come on. So yes, we're head back to Sanjar and let's finish this. Let's save our third planet. Third? Edgewater? No, Roseway's still part of the same planet. So our second planet. Save our second planet.
Any luck bringing the Iconoclast to the bargaining table? I don't like the idea that they'll be trying for that module while we delay.
Here's Zora's review.
Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the Iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
All right. I'll have Celia organize a meeting in neutral territory, the old OSI church in the ruins. Meet us there, and we'll discuss terms.
All right.
Move along.
Okay, thanks. It's not really neutral territory if you're doing it right outside your own gates, but okay. They should have met at actual neutral territory, because I would assume this is a trap if we're just walking over here. Because they're here, we're just coming over here. Why not meet here? It's fine. Yeah, to me, this feels like a trap.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposed union, but I suppose we'll have to improvise.
That's the spirit.
Gotta admit, I really thought I was walking into a trap here. I'm ready.
If it were, I wouldn't be standing here all vulnerable-like.
Sanjar, Stellar Bay's got food and walls. And my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
What if the Iconoclasts just support your supply lines?
Not good enough. I need to move a fair amount of my people into the city. We need shelter, Captain.
Yeah, I'm not saying live outside, just help out in the wilderness once in a while.
Suppose some of our healthier folk could offer aid. Some of us need to stay in the city proper, though.
Captain, this might really work.
Truly a compromise? I'm not sure I'd ever have heard as much from Graham.
Graham was a murderous fiend, and I'd be shocked if you didn't already know that.
Nope, something tells me Sanjar didn't know.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters but me is laughing at something, but you two aren't laughing.
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him, that's going too far.
It is. We found correspondence between him and the pirates.
But that means... I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership, but I never guessed he'd do something like that.
I buy it. Sanjar ain't capable of hurting a sprat, even from a distance.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and they'll say anything to get out of it.
Nah, blaming him for this makes no sense, so take it back a notch, Zora. You're here for your people, not the past.
Okay. You're right. Sorry. It'll take me a while to get over losing Graham.
You know, I felt the same way years ago, when he first left. You know, there was something magnetic about him that let you ignore the things you didn't want to see. But surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, if you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have our more capable soldiers help out.
Glad to hear it. I'm hopeful about this alliance.
As am I. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure lowering already.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. Guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
Gotta be honest, Captain. Never thought I'd see the day. You've done a good thing for Monarch here.
Hey. Zora? Zora? Zora?
Hey.
Sanjar?
If you'll excuse me.
All right. Well. Hey, at least you got to get smashed and listen to it. All right. This is where I got my Lincoln hat. This is our reward for helping both groups. They left some stuff here for me to pick up. Thanks, guys. No, actually, I think this was all here before. Yeah, this is where you get your little Lincoln hat on the skeleton. Now we're off. Back to the main stuff.